Gentlemen, what if I told you that your wife might be lying about her affair, and you've missed the signs? The truth is, many women are experts at hiding their infidelity, and they'll tell you the most convincing lies to cover it up. In this video, I'm going to expose 5 ways your wife is lying about her affair. And trust me, these lies go much deeper than you think. If you've ever felt something was off, you're not imagining it. Hit that subscribe button, like this video, and comment below. Where are you watching from? Let's see who's noticing the signs. Way 1. The constant need for space. She's lying about wanting distance. One of the most common lies your wife will tell when she's having an affair is that she simply needs space or time to herself. At first, it may seem harmless. Maybe she's stressed or overwhelmed by life. But when this need for space becomes a regular excuse, and she starts spending more time alone, away from you, it's a major red flag. She says she's just trying to recharge, but in reality, she's creating emotional distance so she can invest time and energy into someone else. She'll use phrases like, "I'm just not sure about where I'm at right now," or "I need time to figure things out," but in truth, she's already made a decision to detach from you emotionally. This space is just her way of getting away from the relationship without directly addressing the issues. What's even more concerning is how defensive she becomes when you ask for more clarity on the situation. She might respond with, "You're being too clingy," or "You're making it a bigger deal than it is." This gaslighting behavior is meant to throw you off track and keep you questioning your own instincts. If she's asking for more me time and becoming increasingly distant, it's not about self-care. It's about her distancing herself from you to make room for someone else. But this isn't the only lie she's using to hide her affair. The next way she's deceiving you is even more manipulative. Stay tuned. You won't believe the next tactic she's using to cover her tracks. Way 2. The "I'm just busy at work" excuse. She's hiding her affair behind her job. One of the most common lies used to cover up an affair is the "I'm busy at work" excuse. She suddenly becomes so overwhelmed with her job that she's always working late, attending after-hours meetings, or taking work calls at odd hours. She'll tell you that her career is demanding and she can't help it. But if you start digging a little deeper, the truth doesn't add up. She might start saying, "I'm just swamped with deadlines," or "I have this big project I need to focus on." But when you ask for specifics, the details are vague or non-existent. Her work-related commitments seem to come out of nowhere, and when you try to pin down the details, she's quick to change the subject or brush you off with irritation. Her sudden work obsession isn't a coincidence, it's a cover. She's creating an excuse to be unavailable, both physically and emotionally. If she's rarely available after work hours, and her work events seem to be a recurring theme, it's a sign that she may be using her job as a smokescreen to cover up her affair. When you confront her about it, she'll accuse you of being paranoid, of not understanding how hard she's working. But it's not the workload causing the strain. It's her emotional investment elsewhere. This "busy at work" excuse is just one part of her cover story. The next lie she's telling you is even more subtle, and it might just shock you. Stay tuned. Way 3. The "it's just a friendship" lie. She's minimizing the affair. When your wife insists that the person she's spending time with is just a friend, but their bond seems too intense to be purely platonic, you need to take a closer look. She may downplay the relationship, claiming that they're only friends or nothing is going on, but their connection is clearly more than that. The late-night texts, the frequent phone calls, and the secret meetups, these are all signs that the relationship has crossed a boundary. She might even brush off your concerns by saying things like, "You're overreacting," or "You don't understand our friendship." But the more she tries to convince you that there's nothing to worry about, the more you should trust your instincts. It's likely that she's minimizing what's going on because she doesn't want to get caught, or worse, face the guilt of admitting that it's more than a friendship. What makes this lie especially manipulative is how she tries to make you feel guilty for questioning her. She will gaslight you by twisting your concerns into accusations of jealousy or insecurity. But deep down, you know this is not just about friendship, it's about her hiding a deeper emotional or physical connection with someone else. Her defensiveness and denial are classic signs that she's trying to protect the affair. She may even become so convincing that you start questioning your own judgment. But this lie is just the tip of the iceberg. The next one she's telling is even more dangerous and harder to spot. Stay with me. What happens next will open your eyes to the truth. Way 4. The "I'm just going through a phase" lie. She's avoiding accountability. When your wife starts telling you that she's just going through a phase or that she's feeling lost, it's a common tactic to avoid taking responsibility for her actions. She's emotionally checked out, but rather than admit the truth, she blames it on a temporary period of confusion or stress. These vague surface-level excuses are designed to deflect attention away from the real problem, her affair. The truth is, these so-called phases are often a cover for her emotional detachment. She's distancing herself from you, and instead of confronting the situation, she convinces herself and you that it's just a temporary issue she'll work through. This excuse allows her to avoid discussing what's really going on, including the emotional or physical connection she's formed with someone else. She'll tell you that it's not about you, that she just needs some space to figure things out, or that she's going through a rough time. But what she's really doing is avoiding the responsibility of confronting the damage her actions are causing to your relationship. This lie is not only about avoiding confrontation, but also about keeping you in the dark while she continues to engage with someone else in secret. This deflection isn't just about the affair itself, it's about her refusal to acknowledge that something's wrong. The more she pushes this phase narrative, the less accountable she becomes for the hurt she's causing. But this lie isn't the end of the story. The next way she's deceiving you is even more strategic. Stay tuned. It's a lie that could completely shatter your trust. Way 5. The "I'm not ready to talk about it" lie. She's withholding the truth. One of the most frustrating lies your wife will tell when confronted about her affair is, "I'm not ready to talk about it." This excuse is often used as a way to avoid the uncomfortable truth while keeping you in a state of confusion and doubt. Instead of facing the issue head-on, she shuts down any conversation about her actions and claims she's not ready to discuss it. This is a tactic to gain time and space while continuing her emotional or physical relationship with someone else. When she says, "I'm not ready," what she's really doing is controlling the situation by leaving you in the dark. It's her way of protecting herself from the fallout while keeping you at arm's length. She doesn't want to have to explain her actions, so she uses this line to buy herself more time to keep the affair hidden. It's also a way for her to minimize your feelings and avoid any real accountability for her betrayal. When you press for answers and she deflects with, "You're overreacting," or "You're pushing too hard," she's using emotional manipulation to control the narrative. She's trying to make you feel like you're the one at fault for wanting the truth. This tactic of withholding the truth keeps you suspended in uncertainty, unsure of what's happening behind the scenes. She doesn't want to confront the reality of her actions, so she continues to deflect, making you feel like you're being unreasonable. See you in the next video.